Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to GPL. Welcome to our spring awards ceremony. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time being in our auditorium, it's a pretty cool place to be, isn't it? Thanks also to everybody joining online. Glad that we could have our services available for streaming here in our new auditorium. We'll talk more about some procedural things, students, and how we can go throughout our awards ceremony today and use the new space, because this is all new to us. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike Haugley. I get to serve as athletic director here at Great Plains Lutheran High School, and it's my privilege to welcome you to our ceremony today, where we get to highlight your children, our wonderful student athletes that are involved in so many different things. We'll be talking about some of the activities specific to the spring season. We'll also be wrapping up some school year awards as well as some career awards towards the end. If you have not picked up a blue sheet that has the list of our presenters and such, they're available in the back. So please look at that if you have not picked one up. I'd like to start with a few comments before we get into the specific presenters this afternoon, and start with some thank yous. We need to start with Jesus, our Lord and Savior, that makes our ministry here possible. It's very easy to think about how we've normally done these award ceremonies in the gym, which has been wonderful. But now we have this wonderful space that we get to spend our time this afternoon and again this evening as the concert is performed in front of us. So big thank you to our Lord for making our school year a very big success, for all the people that were involved in making our school year a reality, from our students to our teachers and all the support staff, and then you, our parents, that partner with us in our ministry here. And specifically to you parents, I know that it's a big commitment for you, whether you live locally here, whether you're hours and hours away. You put a big investment in us as teachers and us as a school and in our ministry to help your young people grow as children of God, as lifelong disciples of Christ, as our school year, or as our motto is at this school. We want our students to continue to build on the good habits that they learn here at school, to keep Jesus at the center of their life, as their foundation, as our school year talked about, our school year theme. Reflecting on the entire season, I know I've thanked some individually, but we have so many adults that commit so much time to coaching your children in the realms of athletics and fine arts. Some are on our staff here at school, others have other jobs around town that they spend time out of their daily lives to coach your kids. And it takes an army to do that. And I'm so thankful to all the head coaches and the assistant coaches that spend time out of their daily routine and invest time into our students. We have tremendous coaches that care so deeply for the well-being of your children in the various activities that they do. And so from me to all the coaches, a big thank you for all the time that you pour in to our students. I'd also like to thank all of the ladies in the office, as well as Carla, that work tirelessly to make our events possible, from taking tickets to working, as well as the Booster Club, working the concession stand, the programs that we have for our events this year. Just a tremendous amount of work to make things happen. And they do it all behind the scenes. They don't want any thanks, but we're going to thank them here as well. So for all of those thank yous, big round of applause. As we reflect at the end of a school year, it's really easy to say, God is good. Several weeks ago, when the student body was here for our first chapel, Mr. Bauer stood up in front and said those words to our students, and they echoed it. God is so good that we have places like this, and we reflect on the school year. And to steal a line from another teacher, Mrs. Yeager, you have wonderful children. It's easy to do ministry most of the time because your children are so wonderful to work with. And not that they're perfect, you guys would know firsthand that they're not, but we get to do ministry with your children, and it's just a tremendous opportunity, and this school year was blessed by the Lord in many different ways. Just sitting here, I was reminded as I looked through some notes this afternoon, in January of 2001, roughly 15, 16 months ago, whatever it was, there was nothing above ground. The foundation was poured, but there was nothing above ground, and here we are, and we have just wonderful facility. And of course, we have other portions of our building that are either finished or close to being finished as well, and it's just a tremendous thing. So there's a lot of tangible things that we can look back to throughout the year and say, God has really blessed our school year. But there's also a lot of intangibles as well. Students, we talk about GPL as a family. We're family. We've developed that idea of family throughout the school year. Freshmen, you came in, whether you knew a lot of people or didn't know anybody, you became part of our family. And as a family of Christians, we grew together, and here we are at the end of our school year. Our school year theme was Build on the Rock. We talked about Jesus as our foundation and how when we are rooted firmly on that strong foundation, no matter what winds and storms, just like the storms that came by last week that were very, very scary, the storms in life, the winds of life will come and they'll try to push us over and get us off our foundation. But when we're rooted in the rock of Jesus and we know where our foundation is, we can stand secure in the midst of all those storms and persevere. And that's what our God is for us. Your children heard about that on a daily basis in chapels and in their classes, and that was our school year theme. So this afternoon, we're going to take some time to thank God for these students who participated in a variety of activities this spring and throughout the school year. And before we get into any presentations, we have a slideshow to share with you. So if we could cue that up, we'll watch that first. seeing a couple of those notes in that video reminded me, as you came in, you may have seen that we have several different trophies that are sitting out in the entry area, which are various conference championship trophies that were won over the year. Our conference switched to traveling trophies for every event. Those were the ones that we happened to win this year. The idea would be that we can hopefully retain them and see more of them next year, but that's what you see out there. If you haven't seen them, you take a look when we are done here. All right. Students, when we give out awards today, I think what we might try to do for the various awards is, for certain awards where you're more being recognized for lettering or participation in events, maybe we'll just stand where you're at, okay? For the various awards where you come up and receive some of the hardware up here, you'll have to make your way around and we'll meet you out here and stuff like that. But hopefully that'll be pretty self-explanatory as we get started. We are going to start with some different types of awards, and you'll hear from the various directors and presenters about what those awards are, but maybe a quick, brief explanation. Every activity has a criteria that must be met for lettering, and that'll be described by the coaches and the individuals that met that criteria. The students that participated in the events but did not meet the lettering criteria will receive a participation certificate indicating their involvement in the activity as well, and all that sort of stuff is available for the students at the end of this presentation. Students, also at the end here, you can pick up all of this stuff. If your last name starts with an A through L, it's in Mr. Schleuzer's room, which is 122. If your last name is M through Z, it's in Mrs. Yeager's room, which is 125. So let's get to our order of presenters. The first one today is going to be Mr. Martens. We're blessed to have a wonderful participation in our music program again. We'll get to see the concert this evening. Music is one of the many ways that our students get to praise God, and we thank God for those students who use their musical abilities as well as their director, Mr. Martens.
Good afternoon. So we are up here to talk about our spring awards. Music only has one, well, it's all seasons. The events happen throughout the year. We're gonna back up and we're gonna start talking about an activity that started in the fall. It's a privilege for me to be here before you today to talk about the many accomplishments of the students in their fine arts and music participation. With all the activities, festivals, and contests back in full swing, it was once again a very busy year. The 2021 marching band was led by drum major Paige Shore. If you're out there, please stand so we can thank you. Woohoo. And we also had a great group of seniors helping out. It was a unique year with the most ever first-time marchers. A lot of underclassmen, first new to the band individuals. The band had 55 members, of which 28 had not previously marched in a marching band before. So throughout we had two parades this year. We saw lots of improvement, and so I'm very appreciative to all of their work this season. Mrs. Guthmiller is going to talk about the color guard and explain their role in the parade band.
Thanks. Color Guard has a unique role as ambassadors and leading the band down the parade route. And these ladies have volunteered their time. They do not get a grade like band. They do not get a letter or any other type of award. It's just volunteer time and a couple days off of school to go to the two parades. They also perform at the pep rally and homecoming football game at halftime, and they also perform for Grandparents' Day in the gym. So they put a lot of work in learning the routine and then performing it as we go along the parade route and for these other things, and it's very much appreciated, ladies. And we also appreciate our choreographers, Becky Biegler and Rachel Duvall, who happen to be my daughters, and were involved with Color Guard throughout their collegiate careers. So ladies, as I read off your name, will you please stand? The color guard this year was composed of 6 ladies. 4th-year member, Gianna Proya. 3rd-year member, Ruby Leans, our captain. 2nd-year members, Bree Cordell, our assistant captain. Haley Coles, Madison Rabine, and 1st-year member, Emily Gibbons. Okay. These ladies These ladies have received certificates and pins for their work with the color guard, and you can pick those up in the assigned rooms. Okay, so thank you to all of you for your hard work. I'm looking forward to working with some of you again, and to our graduating seniors, we wish you guys richest blessings as you go on to the next chapter of your lives.
Thank you, Mrs. Guthmiller, for being their coach. Thank you, color guard members, for your time and getting out there with us in those early mornings. 2019 was the last time our ensembles, our large ensembles, were able to attend large group contests. So it was exciting for us to once again have the opportunity to take the freshman choir, celebration choir, honor choir, and band to contest. And the results of the day have been shared. But again, a congratulations to all 4 of these ensembles for receiving a superior rating. Each ensemble is judged by 3 judges, and all judges for all ensembles gave them a superior. So congratulations. It certainly was a highlight of the year. Well done to our ensembles for their work at contest. And as I mentioned, it was a busy year. Please take a look at the program that will be out or available later, and you'll get a better idea of who is participating in which activity. I'm just going to run through a series of events that happened throughout the year. If you participated in this, please stand. we're not gonna take the time. We're not gonna be able to list everyone by name, but these were some of the activities that were participated in. Let me think, if this is correct. Well, yeah, Wells Band Festival. You can stand if you participated. North Area Honor Band, SDSU Honor Band, NSU Band Clinic. If you took an instrumental or vocal solo or ensemble to solo ensemble contest. Audition for All-State Band, audition for All-State Orchestra, or audition for All-State Jazz Band. If you were a member of Honor Choir, if you were a member or an alternate of All-State Choir, if you sang or played a solo for the national anthem at a GPL event, or if you were a chapel accompanist, please stand. We would like to thank you for your extra time and talents this year. I do have a couple of groups that I'm going to have stand, and I did already mention them, but I'm going to have some individuals stand. The first group that I'm going to recognize is the members of our All-State Chorus Quartet, some of the members of our All-State Chorus Quartet. These individuals have received a state choral pin, and when I find them, they're over there somewhere. I will have them with your certificates, so I will find them today, and I will get them on your lettering certificates. If not, I will be able to hunt most of you down probably. So if you could stand so we can thank you for representing GPL at All-State Chorus. Our soprano representative, Gianna Proya, alto representative, Sammy Bendix, and our tenor representative, Sebastian Rosenthal. Another group that will be receiving a special pin or a medal are the students that received a superior rating at either as part of a ensemble or a solo performer at our region music contest. This event has been happening. It was online, but now, I mean, we're doing it in person, so we were back out there. We went over to Watertown High School is where our region meets. So it was an exciting year. Let me see if I have these listed on here. I do. These are the individuals that will receive a medal and received a superior rating at contest. Instrumental, you can stand and we'll clap for you all. We'll do all instrumental and vocal together. Receiving an instrumental superior, clarinet solo, Miriam Jarsik. Euphonium solo, Caitlin Raywerts. Flute solo, Nora Kratz. Marimba solo, Sebastian Rosenthal. Trombone solo, David Sell. Trumpet duet, Isaiah Berg and Anthony Knobloch. And a flute ensemble of Nora Kratz, Kimberly Goins, Esta Cameron, and Casey Tomt. Vocal superiors went to vocal soloists, Nora Kratz, Lydia Jarsik, Chloe Wolf, Jackson Coles, and Sebastian Rosenthal. Superior duets, Nora Kratz and Emma Kanzenbach, Stella Abrahamson and Grace Powers, Chloe Wolf and Hannah Berg, Sebastian Rosenthal and Parker Watkins, Hannah Berg and Isaiah Berg, Stella Abrahamson and John Abrahamson. I love it when siblings do stuff like that. The Voile Vocal Ensemble consisted, and they received a superior. That was John Abrahamson, Samantha Bendix, Haley Coles, Jackson Coles, Aiden Crowley, Olivia Giovanatone, Linnea Hayes, Emma Kanzenbach, Nora Kratz, Claire Marcus, Katie Newman, Gianna Proya, David Sell, Parker Watkins, and Sebastian Rosenthal. And the final ensemble that received a superior was the freshman ensemble, and they received a superior, but they received the highest rating in their room that day. And that was the ensemble of Noah Allen, Isaiah Berg, Esta Cameron, Thad Kratz, Matthew Moritz, Caitlin Raywerts, Donna Abrahamson, Miriam Jarsik, Grace Jurgens, Hayden Carley, Grayson Leans, Anna Rubendahl, Austin Rubendahl, Lydia Schleusner, and Brooklyn Wolf. Congratulations, you will all be receiving a pin or a medal. You can have a seat. A lot of names to get through. Okay, through their participation and achievement in various activities, the following individuals have received varsity letters in choir or band and choir. So I will have you stand again as I go through the list, and we will thank them all. So you heard a lot of names. Those, their involvement in activities, the individuals that you saw standing previously, every different event that they participate in earns them points towards lettering, and these are the individuals that have earned enough points. Lettering in choir, this is a list. Freshmen, you can stand Donna Abrahamson, Hayden Carley, Thad Kratz, Lydia Schleusner, Brooklyn Wolf, Grayson Leans, Matthew Moritz, and Austin Rubendahl. Sophomores, Stella Abrahamson, Hannah Berg, Olivia Holman, Grace Powers. Juniors, Haley Coles, Linnea Hayes, Emma Kanzenbach, Claire Marcus, Katie Newman, RJ Perry, Cale Reiner, Kyrie Roberts, Parker Watkins, Olivia Zanto. And seniors, John Abrahamson, Samantha Bendix, Jackson Coles, Olivia Giovanatone, Lucas Yeager, Jenna Lindman, and Gianna Proya. We'll clap for them. Okay. You can have a seat. Receiving a varsity letter in band. Freshmen, Taylor Bendix and Thad Kratz. Juniors, Kim Goins and Claire Marcus. Wait a second. Well, whatever. Yep. I mean, that's right. I'm just trying to figure out why you were in the choir and in the band, because we wanted you to stand twice. And Claire Marcus, Paige Shore, seniors, Paige Shore, and Caleb Wolf. Congratulations to those band letter winners. And the individuals receiving a varsity letter in band and choir, freshmen, Isaiah Berg, Esta Cameron, Miriam Jarsik, Grace Jurgens, Anthony Knobloch, Caitlin Raywerts. Sophomores, Lydia Jarsik, Sebastian Rosenthal, and Chloe Wolf. Juniors, Aiden Crowley and Nora Kratz. Seniors, Bryn Holman and David Sell. Congratulations to our letter winners. You all will be receiving a certificate and your pin in the designated room. Make sure I got through everything I need to. I have. So, I have 4 special awards to give tonight. So if you are a recipient of one of these awards, you'll be the first to navigate the stairs. Is there any special, when they're done, do they just leave, or Mrs.? Okay, so go to the back. That was probably all said, and I was paying attention. Go to the back, sorry. And you will have your picture taken back there. The awards, the first, the National School Choral Award. This is the highest honor for high school choral performers. It recognizes dedication and musical achievement of the top choral students. A limited number of this award is available to high schools across the country. It gets to be more and more challenging each year to give these awards as students are participating. I have to look at the number of letters that are received, the number of different events participated in, and what was accomplished in those events. So it's very hard to limit this down. A limited number of this award is available. We can only apply for so many each year. The first recipient of this award is a 4-year letter winner in choral music. He has served as a leader in celebration choir and honor choir, and has had multiple vocal entries at Region Music Contest over the years. Congratulations and thank you to our first recipient of the 2022 National School Choral Award, Jackson Coles. Do I wait till it comes all the way up? Maybe there'll be a better problem. The final recipient of this award is also a 4-year letter winner in choral music. This individual never lacks a great idea or a repertoire suggestion. She's encouraging and constantly working to put groups together. She has 4 years of vocal solos at Region Music Contest with multiple superiors. I was going to go back and count. I know it's for sure 3, and was our soprano representative at All-State Chorus. Congratulations and thank you to our 2022 National School Choral Award winner, Gianna Proya. Our next award is relatively new to our instrumental department and to our awards ceremony. However, it's been given across the United States for many years. This is the Patrick S. Gilmore Award. Patrick S. Gilmore was an American composer and bandmaster. While serving in the Union Army during the Civil War, he wrote the lyrics to When Johnny Comes Marching Home. Patrick Gilmore and his band joined General Burnside's expedition to North Carolina in the Civil War. Gilmore also played for every president of his day, including Abraham Lincoln. This award honors one outstanding band student and their achievements and commitment to the band. This award, again, we apply for and is restricted to one recipient a year. And this year's recipient has earned 4 band letters, attended North Area Honor Band, earned a superior rating on a solo at contest, participated in Wells Band Festival. She also served as our drum major this year. For her achievements and commitment to the band, congratulations, Paige Shore. it's a process. When to clap, when to start walking, all those things. Okay, we're figuring it out. The next award, since 1954, thousands of high schools have honored their top band students with the John Philip Souza Band Award. It was created with the cooperation of Helen Souza Albert and Priscilla Souza, daughters of the famous composer and bandmasters. The pinnacle of achievement in a high school band program, the Souza Award recognizes outstanding dedication, leadership, dependability, loyalty, and superior musicianship. The award has become a nationwide symbol of excellence in musical achievement. This award, again, is limited to only one per school. The 2022 John Philip Souza Award goes to an instrumentalist who used their talents in countless ways in service to their Lord. This individual has accompanied the choir multiple times on their instrument, has 4 years of superior solo performances at Regents Small Group Contest. In these next ones, I'm gonna say 4, but just hear them as 3, okay, because of some of these things did not happen during COVID, and these are some of the things. 4 years at SDSU Honor Band, 4 years at North Area Honor Band, 4 years at Wells Band Festival. He always professionally represented himself and GPLHS at the local and state level. Congratulations and thank you, David Sell. There we go. I have a trophy for you. Have one more, the final award. I wasn't sure which one it was, I had to find it. The final music award is the Panther Music Award. The 2022 Panther Music Award is being awarded to a senior that has not just been supportive of the GPLHS music program and the students that are a part of it, but has also supported and encouraged me the last 4 years. He did the usual, for which I am very thankful, moved chairs, pushed equipment around, helped out many ensembles, took attendance, but he cared about me, asked me how I was doing. He was a source of encouragement for me, and it has been a blessing to not only have him as part of the program for the last 4 years, but to experience his enthusiasm and witness his Christian character. For service, helpfulness, willingness, and Christian character and attitude, the 2022 Panther Music Award is awarded to David Sell. To wrap this up, thank you. Thank you, seniors. Thank you, students participating in music. I didn't recalculate. A large number of students taking advantage of the many opportunities that are out there. Thank you, students, for continuing to do that. It certainly has been a blessing to work with every single one of you. And I wish I could reminisce about every senior and their impact on me in the program, but we probably want to move on. Thank you, other thank yous. Thank you, Pastor and Mrs. Guthmiller, for trying to keep me sane, and Deanna for dealing with the fact that I'm not. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Rosenthal. A huge thank you for everything. I'm not going to really start listing specifics. That's a really long list. You know, turning the sound on, the lights on, everything personal, everything tech. Thank you very much to the Rosenthals. Thank you, parents, for your continued support of your children and their musical endeavor. It is truly a blessing to have an opportunity to create and make music with them to the glory of the Lord. Thank you.
He knows me. I'm here now to present on behalf of the Great Plains Lutheran High School Honor Society, which offers juniors and seniors the opportunity for service, scholarship, leadership, and enhancing their character. And they have certain criteria they need to meet each year. I would like the new members of Great Plains Lutheran High School Honor Society to stand as I read off your names. They were inducted into our Honor Society after chapel yesterday, and they have received their certificates and pins and their volunteer forms for next year. So our new inductees for this year are Halle Bauer, Hannah Berg, Olivia Holman, Lydia Jarczyk, Mirta Manzango, Katie Newman, Ashley Richter, Sebastian Rosenthal, Yabsara Ragursa, and Chloe Wolf. And will you ladies and gentlemen please see Mrs. Roloff for a group picture back in the back corner too when we're done with this. Current junior members, please stand. Aiden Crowley, Linnea Hayes, Emma Konzenbach, Nora Kratz, Daria Poor, and Parker Watkins. And our officers for next year are Linnea and Daria. In recognition of their membership in and service to the Honor Society, the seniors will receive their Honor Society tassels. And seniors will meet me back in the corner to get those after this instead of everybody trying to come up here to save a little time. You will also receive honor cords signifying your cumulative GPA, and those certificates and cords are in the designated rooms. So senior members are Grace Decker, Joe Erickson, Bryn Holman, Lucas Yeager, Jenna Lindman, Megan O'Farrell, and Madeline Ramsey. Megan and Madeline, will you please make your way up here? Between the two blood drives, we collected 111 units, which qualified for $750 in scholarship from the Red Cross. And it is my pleasure to announce that Megan O'Farrell and Madeline Ramsey have shared this scholarship for their work this past year. And their scholarships from the Red Cross are sent directly to the schools of their choice. And we have a few other people to recognize who also have achieved a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to graduate with honors. Your honor cords are in the designated room with your other certificates. So these seniors will also receive honor cords. John Abrahamson, Samantha Bendix, Jackson Coles, Olivia Giovanatone, Robbie Gones, Elijah Grams, Ethan Jenstead, Vince Knudsen, Brooke Lamley, Ellie Charlemagne, Paige Shore, and David Sell. Congratulations to all of you.
This year's theater performance was historic, with items like these screens that you see, the lights, and the sound system getting all installed literally within about a week before the first performance. There was some significant learning curves right before showtime. Our teachers who lead the spring performances are always wonderful, but even more so this year with this incredible time crunch. Please share with me a big thank you to the teachers involved in the performance this year. First of all, Mrs. Yeager, Mr. Martens, Mrs. Rosenthal, and especially to Mr. Rosenthal, who had to learn all the tech in about 36 hours before the first performance. The musical was wonderful. I hope you had an opportunity to enjoy it with us here, or maybe you watched it online. Please help me welcome Mrs. Yeager to the stage to talk about Beauty and the Beast.
My name is Mrs. Yeager. I'm very happy to share with you the awards in recognition for the outstanding job students did on the musical Beauty and the Beast. Mr. Haugley went 2 times, and 2.5 times, which if you, which if you know him is something. If you were part of the musical, students, like crew, cast, anything, would you stand up right now? If you were part of the musical. Thanks, you can sit. I just wanted you to see, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. First, though, big thanks to the adults involved in the production. Adults, if you're here, you get to stand too, if you would. Mr. Price, if you're watching online, hi. He was so valuable with music and with ideas, he's probably getting ready to take his assignment to Virginia, right? Falls Church, Virginia. Miss During helped out a lot with choreography, which just is like, for me. We were so happy to have her involvement. Mr. and Mrs. Rosenthal, oh my goodness, all the hours, all the work that they put in, many elements that you saw and heard were attributable to them. Mrs. Deanna Martens played and played and played the piano for practices and for the musical. She is frankly amazing. And finally, Mr. Martens, who was perhaps crazy enough to think that doing a musical with 40% of the student body on a brand new stage with brand new equipment, limited practices, and logistical issues, to be kind, was a good idea. So, but it worked. Thank you to all those adults. I want to make sure to tell you that you have sent us incredibly hardworking and flexible students. When I think of the limited time we had for practice on the stage, and even more limited time with mics, like 3 whole days, and other sound, I am just amazed. Thank you, parents and people, for sharing your children with us. They are awesome. If you were a senior involved in production, please stand. I'm hoping to see Elijah Grams, who did sound, Gianna Proya in the chorus, Madeline Ramsey chorus, Paige Shore chorus, and Jackson Coles and John Abramson, our Beast, and Gaston. Of this group, please note that Gianna, Jackson, and John were participants in the school play or musical all 3 years that they could, back to Clowning Around when they were freshmen, and then The Secret Garden, 2 years kinda, and then Beauty and the Beast. Thank you, seniors, for spending some of your last year of high school with us and helping to make our musical outstanding. Now on to the awards. Big thanks especially to the crew, who had to learn many new things in a very short time, and to satisfy Mr. Price and Mr. Martens, who want things moved and done in like negative time. It just, as far as I could tell, anyway. Chorus members, not only can you walk and chew gum, but you can sing and dance at the same time. Yay, thank you. When I say your name aloud, please stand. These will be participation awards. Taylor Bendix, Elena Bremer, Dominic Clark, Aidan Crowley, Landon Zerwan, Elijah Grams, Miriam Jarsick, Izzy Johnson, Cassie Konzenbach, Emma Konzenbach, Thad Kratz, Claire Marcus, Matthew Moritz, Samantha Peterson, Daria Poor, Madison Rabine, Madeline Ramsey, Anna Rubendahl, Paige Shore, Grace Wesselow, Karen Williams, Chloe Wolf, Brooklyn Wolf, and Yabasera Wargesa. Good job. Thanks, participants. Letter winners are determined on largeness of role for some, like you're not going to be surprised to hear that Olivia Zanto lettered for her role as Beauty in Beauty and the Beast. But it's also based on multiple stage appearances at GPL. So, letter winners, please stand. Your stuff is in the rooms like you heard about. John Abramson, Stella Abramson, Hannah Berg, Isaiah Berg, Bree Cordell, Haley Coles, Jackson Coles, Katie Dahlberg, Alexis Goshi, Olivia Holman, Lydia Jarsic, Grace Jurgens, Anthony Noblock, Nora Kratz, Grayson Leans, Katie Newman, Grace Powers, Gianna Proya, Cale Reiner, Sebastian Rosenthal, Parker Watkins, Olivia Zanto. Those are the letter winners for drama. Thanks. Finally, our major award winners. Mr. Martens is going to help me out here. So if you win a major award and I say your name, use the steps. Thank you. Just don't want like broken legs, student breaks leg and freak, let's not do that. So shake my hand, then go get your stuff from him and then proceed. Let's see. So I'm going to keep rolling. Making her beauty performance even more impressive because it was the first time on any GPL stage, including the not-to-be-forgotten gym stage, Olivia Zanto is the winner of Best Debut Performance. So I'm just going to keep rolling, but you can watch her as she does her thing. Yeah, exactly. The Outstanding Crew Member Award initially received votes for over half of the stage crew because so many of them were amazing. Good job. Just ask him if you need to use a pallet jack. Matthew Moritz receives the Outstanding Crew Member Award. May I never have to use a pallet jack in my life. Good job. Oh, shoot, I didn't give you the things. Yeah, they're certificates. Olivia, come back here. I'm so bossy. I'm sorry, I forgot. They're all in there somewhere. Making sure. Okay. We have co-recipients for the Outstanding Chorus Member. You might remember that you saw Thad Kratz as the bookseller in Scene 1, Parker Watkins as D'Arc in Act 2. Both also perform various chorus roles throughout. Congratulations to Thad and Parker as Outstanding Chorus Members. I would like to recognize our MVP. We put that together with Outstanding Cast Member. This cast member was a sketchy doctor in last year's play, The Secret Garden, and really stepped it up literally in the tavern scene with his performance as Gaston this year. Congratulations to John Abramson, who wins MVP. Finally, our Panther Award goes to an individual who had a lot of hairy costume changes, yes, that's meant to be a hint, and carried his role with great poise. Throughout the rehearsals, he not only embraced his role, but he helped and encouraged others in their roles too. With 21 cast and chorus members, plus an additional 9 crew members making their debut performances, this encouragement and support was appreciated. The Panther Award for Spring Musical 22 goes to Jackson Coles. Thank you so much for your continued support of fine arts at Great Plains. Have a great weekend. Mr. Haugley will not appreciate it if I take his sheet. Yeah. Phew, okay. Thank you.
With all the awards that we're giving out this afternoon, it's quite probable that some of you students are going to be getting your first letter today for an event. Some of you probably did for fall or winter things, but I'm sure there will be some. If you are getting your first letter today, please go see Mrs. Schmidt in her office. She has one of those GP cloth chenilles that go along with your first letter. That's the thing that goes on the letter jacket if you choose to get one of those. So, all right, we're going to move along to track and field. There was a time in April where one could seriously wonder if the spring sports season would even happen. High winds and temperatures constantly around 40 kept our team practicing inside for far too long. The team missed most of their first 6 or so meets on the calendar, but eventually we did get outside and did have a great season. God has blessed our track team with another very successful season, and to this point, some will be going on to the state meet next weekend in Sioux Falls to represent our school and compete for more hardware. To share their season story, please welcome Coach Oval.
All right, as Mr. Haugley said, it was a tough start to the year. First off, we did not have a full coaching staff till probably about 3 weeks before the season even started. And we were fortunate enough that I would consider our coaching staff to be one of the better, if not the best, coaching staff in the state, because we are able to break off into groups and really work with the kids one-on-one and give them the time that they need. Big thanks to the coaches. Lots of time put in this year. Big thanks to Mr. Haugley for making sure that we were able to get our ECC meet moved to Watertown and still move forward with that. The spring play cast and all of their members, a huge thank you for working with the schedules and just kind of going with things that were thrown at each other from both directions. This year we were fortunate enough, we had 52 athletes go out for track and field. If they could please stand. I'm not going through all the names. So out of all these athletes that are standing right now, 41 of them lettered this year. So pretty impressive to have 80% letter. Our goal at the beginning of the year was to, as coaches, work towards the end of the year. That's where we want to be at our best. And once again, from my count, boys 16 years in running, girls 12 years in running, conference champs. That is impressive. With the rough start to the season, I counted 7 track meets that were canceled, and we only had 6. Out of those 6 track meets, we had 5 young ladies, Kim, Curie, Halle, Kate, and Katura, that were all members of the Century Club, and with that, I know by the numbers that I wrote down, they all averaged over 20 points a track meet. So they're all over 120 points. So a big round of applause for them. That moves us to awards. One of the things we do on the track team is we allow the athletes to vote for our Panther Award. And it was fun seeing the votes that came in this year. On the girls' side, the first 10 emails I got were different names. Everybody thinks pretty highly of the people they are with. And then it started to get a little more obvious who the Panther Award winner was going to be for the girls. Senior year, why not golf or track for the first time? She came in and had an immediate impact. She started going to meets and just started to flourish with her events. She is a letter winner this year. One of the big things that helped her get to that was her willingness to learn from her coach. With long jump, sprinting, she was more than willing to do whatever was asked of her, and the infectious smile was always there. So the girls' Panther Award winner is going to be Jenna Lindman. On the guy's side, this young man was one of the leaders every day. He would show up for practice, and he was always ready to lead the group. I would say he is probably one of the best teammates I have ever seen. Going out, going out of his way, no matter what was asked for him. It says here, even running a 2-mile for fun to help the team win the conference meet. So on your guys' side, the Panther Award winner, Jackson Coles. All right, on to the MVP. This had a new formula this year. In the past, we've always gone with the athlete who has scored the most points for the team. No questions asked, it was always just the highest scorer on the team. This year, I thought I'd make it a little more interesting, and I took the average points scored per event. So if you were in 2 events for the day and you scored 20 points, you averaged 10. Pretty simple math. That told me who we were getting the most out of for their individual events. So this year's MVP for the guys. Another one of the best teammates I've seen. This individual would go into his event, he would participate in the event, and he would be right there cheering on his teammates, the other athletes he was competing against, and loving life. Weight room has definitely helped him out this year, and we are going to state in shot and disc. This year's MVP is R.J. Perry. Okay, and then on to the ladies. This one I knew was going to be tight all year. We have some very great ladies out for track this year. Very competitive, and it's been a blast watching the points add up all year. The individual that has won our MVP this year, when I talk about average, she's averaged 9.4 points every time she gets on the track. That's pretty impressive considering all the competition we've had this year. So this year's ladies MVP, I'm going to have her come up here because I have more to say. It's Halle Bauer. So I want her up here because I want to tell you about her season so far. We got the two-mile school record out of the way right away. Broke your own record. Worked a couple times. Wednesday, we got the mile. Then we thought we'd try something different with the medley. And the medley team ended up breaking the school record their first time running together. So Halle is going to state, as far as I know, it's just the mile, 2-mile, and the medley. She still has an outside shot of the 800 as well. Halle's worked her tail off this year. She is one of the many that you will see after practice. If Coach Ron doesn't give her enough work, you'll see Halle running around town for 2 to 3 miles, 5 miles after practice. So she's definitely earning those school records. So your female MVP, Halle Bauer. And that's all I have. Mrs. Bauer, you were right. This is intimidating up here. Thank you.
All right, we will keep the theme of spring sports going. We'll invite Pastor Hanson up here, and then he will transition into some of the end-of-year stuff as he puts on his dean hat after that. So my comments real quick for golf as he makes his way up here. The golf team also had to wait quite a while to get on the course this spring. This year saw a good number of both boys and girls participate. Just like track, some have more season left, including the region meet in town here on Monday, and Lord willing, the state meet out in Rapid City in June. So let's please welcome Pastor Hanson.
It is bright up here. And we are getting older, so here we go. I'm going to invite also our assistant coach, Nolan Hanson, to come up. Nolan's been a great asset to our team this year. He's been one of the golfers we've had in the past and is just very active in being able to help out the team. So I asked if he could come up and help. I said, sure, why not? You can come up and be part of this. So what I'd like to just do is give you a quick rundown of how things went. You know, golf is a game that we play quick. And as we've seen the season go, it's gone quick. We've had a lot of blessings this year. We had a new simulator to use. We had new golf bags to use. Thanks to everybody that had donated money for all those things, and Booster Club for allowing us to have that, which gave us at least a sense of this season is actually happening. And like Coach Oval said, the weather was something else, and Mr. Haugley said the same thing. I'm just amazed that we got in the matches we did, and we were able to play and do as well as we have. We all give thanks to God for that. But just a real quick rundown. We started the season on March 28th, and it took us almost a month to get our first real match in That's even through Easter break and other things that happened. We had one match in Mitchell, which was cold. It should have been called off. We did play that one. We had another match in Garrison, which the weather was complete the opposite. It was really warm and muggy, and we had severe storms chase us all the way home. We're happy to get back, but by the time the last week of April happened, we finally got our first match in, and it was a JV match. And once that happened, everything really started to go really quick. So overall, just some quick stats on this. We had 5 golf matches that were canceled due to the spring weather. On the other hand, we got to play 2 JV matches, so they got their whole season in. And we got 5 varsity matches in, including our pre-regions this last week. Our season was quick, but we give God the glory, and to his credit, our golfers did not get quick with themselves. They were very awesome in their mindset and in their demeanor. No one got too wound up about practicing in school too often. It was kind of nice to use the simulator when you could, actually a lot. And we didn't call off practice too much, but when we did, nobody got too wound up about it, or having the matches canceled, or even playing in some extreme weather. And they're probably still warming up from one day. I had the team go out to Cattail Crossing, and we were outside for about an hour, and we all looked like icicles and popsicles coming back in. But as we all said more than once, it builds up good old South Dakota character. Which was actually a blessing because of all the matches we did play that were cold. We seemed to be veterans at that compared to the other teams that were out there. As Mr. Haugley said, we still have some more golf to come. We play at our regions this Monday at Cattail Crossing, and God willing, if we do well, we'll have a good cohort of our golfers going to state in Rapid City that first full week of June. So very thankful to all of our players this year, especially our 6th-year seniors, which go all the way down then to our first-year 7th graders. They varied from extremely gifted golfers to those just starting out. Thankful for, again, Nolan, who's really poured himself into this role of assistant and truly serving his Lord and his golfing lambs as well. Thankful for everybody who supported our golfers and was patient and understanding with our crazy schedule, especially our faculty. I'm also thankful for the years God's blessed me to serve as the head coach. As many of you may know, I'm going back into the parish. And according to one of my favorite restaurants' phrase, it's been my pleasure to be able to serve. I pray that the next Great Plains golf coach gets to enjoy what I've been able to enjoy and be as richly blessed as I have. All of my coaches I have had with me, and I have always tried to teach the love of the game to our players and rejoiced in how they expressed the love for the game on the course and even off the course. So moving right along quick, I'm going to have Nolan take over this next part. But as you come up to receive your awards, please come up and come up to the stage, get them from me, and then we'll stand on the side over there and wait for pictures a little bit later.
With the game of golf and its awards, there's a very simple, objective way of determining the award winners. Stats, which I'll get to in a few minutes, but I first want to introduce the golf team. You may, once I've introduced you by your group, you may give you a round of applause. So first off, the JV team. Jarrett Bauer, Anthony Knobloch, Thaddeus Kratz, Cohen Moole, Austin Rubendahl, Thomas Erickson, Alex Heil, Joseph Dahlberg, Robbie Goins, Ariana Jameson, Addison Watkins, Haley Coles, Natalie Ashton, and Sammy Bendix. These are your boys and girls JV golf teams. Now our varsity team. These participants have lettered and can find their pins in the appropriate classrooms. Please stand as I read your name. Gavin Dornbush, Joe Erickson, Sam Hansen, Lucas Yeager, Sawyer Johnson, Trent Lean, Grace Decker, Nora Kratz, and Mally York. You may be seated, except for Gavin, Lucas, and Sam. You three are a part of an elite group. You've been here since you were 7th graders, including the COVID year in which there was no spring golf season, but if there was, you would have played. Thank you for your dedication to this team and to the loyalty of GPL Golf. Thank you for using your gifts, talents, and emulating your Christian attitudes as long-toothed members of the GPL golf team. As you close out your long careers, we honor God on your behalf. God be praised for your work, effort, and time. It is truly noticed and appreciated, and we thank God for you. You may be seated except for Sam. Please stand up. It's also time to mention a few more of your stats. When you arrived on scene at GPL, you already had played 2 years of GPL golf. You were a part of the GPL Class B state championship team in 2018, but your achievements didn't stop there. Here's some more ways in which God blessed you. Lowest team score for 9 holes when 3 scores were taken. Lowest team score for 9 holes when 4 scores were taken. Lowest team score for 18 holes when 3 scores were taken. Lowest team score for 18 holes when 4 scores were taken. And here's your individual achievements. Lowest yearly average per 9 holes, in which you set this year, is a 36. Over your career here, your average is the lowest with a 40. Your lowest score for 9 holes being a 35, in which you're also tied with 2 other people, Nick and Aiden. And then the one that you just set on Monday, your lowest score for 18 holes is 70, 2 under par. So many golfers have come through these doors, but it is fair to say that no one has achieved as much as you have. However, as much as a reflection it is of what you have achieved, most importantly, we praise God for blessing you with the skills and ability to glorify Him in such a way. Tonight, we say thank you to God for you. Continue to faithfully and humbly honor Him through this sport. We pray the Lord will bless our boys and girls teams at Regents and, God willing, at State. But we also want to bless you in your collegiate golf career at Bethany Lutheran College in Mankato. Thank you. Well done. You can finally be seated. Our awards at the end of the year go to varsity players on our GPL golf team. We give them to both genders. They are the most improved golfer, most valuable player, and the Panther Award. Statistically speaking, our most improved golfer goes to a varsity player who has played varsity on the previous year, established an average, and then we compare this season's average with last year's. The largest degree or percentage of improving one's score and average from one year to the next receives the most improved golfer award. If I can find my sheet, I'll tell you who it is. Improving 26%, going from an 88 to a 65 on 9 holes this year is Grace Decker. For the boys, improving 11%, going from an average of 55 down to a 49 is Joe Erickson. The MVP for the girls had an average of 53 on 9 holes. Mally York, that's you. The MVP for the boys had an average of 36 this year. Sam Hansen. The Panther Award is the only team award which is voted upon by the team itself. Mr. Haugley has explained the significance of the Panther Award earlier. Everyone on the team gets to nominate a player and offer comments as to why they nominated the person they did. So thanks for your nominations and comments. The female golfer who was awarded the Panther Award this year is one who, according to her teammates, is super positive. She never gave up and was always willing to push herself in everything. She is a very good practicer. She works hard and is always considerate. She is very polite and courteous at practices and meets. She is always happy to be there, even when she doesn't shoot well. She is always encouraging. A good leader, she doesn't mess around. The 2022 Female Panther Award for golf this year goes to Nora Kratz. The male golfer who was awarded the Panther this year Panther Award this year is one who is a good leader, who always cheers on other teammates with patience, is always encouraging and kind. He's interested in other people's performance, and I specifically remember him checking up on me during a match. He always has a smile for anyone who needs it. He has a positive attitude. He is always willing to help anyone and go out to golf whenever. I saw him during the JV Cup helping a kid from a different team. Fun guy, very cool. The Panther Award for golf on the male side goes to Trent Lean.
I think this has got to be the record of one of the shortest golf awards I've ever had done here, so this is a good thing. But it does conclude this part of our golf awards. But one last note before we move on to the next item. I would like to say to our JV and varsity golfers, especially those who get to come back next year, I'm going to encourage you to work on your game. There's a lot of seniors that are leaving, and you guys get to step up. So practice. Practice hard. Play this summer. But going out to hit golf balls just doesn't do it. You've heard Coach Nolan and myself tell you over and over again, practice with a purpose. And then, as you play and you practice and you come back and you get to use the simulator again and you get ready for the season, come back and faithfully serve your Lord and our Lord through these skills. The cool thing about golf is it's not just a game that we play and we love. It's also a great metaphor for life. Sometimes God grants us smooth fairways and easy putts. Other times he lets us to get into our own rough and sand traps and penalty areas. Either way, though, the Lord is the one who's still with you and always will be. He's like that perfect caddy who's with you with his words, encouraging, directing, and steering you to the green to get the ball home in the hole, which is heaven. God bless our short, quick time on this course and bring us to that perfect clubhouse of paradise. Thank you, everybody, and golf team, congratulations. Mr. Hugley, you want to reintroduce me, or should I just go? Okay. Here we go. Okay, next one. Here we are. Hi, everybody. I'm Pastor Hanson, and I'm here to talk to you about scholarships. One of the cool things I've been able to do here at Great Plains is work with our seniors and help them try to find a way to pay for college. And for those of us who have gone to college, we know it's not getting any cheaper. One of the things that we've done is we've gone through a lot of different opportunities and different websites to learn about what it means to go find free money. We've had some of our synod colleges come in and talk, and they've said the same thing. Go look for some free money, because free is always good. On the back of your blue sheet that you have, your handout, you're going to find a list of scholarships and awards. This isn't an all-inclusive list. This is a list of our seniors who have listed their scholarships. I know there are more out there. But I thank God for the fact that these seniors were willing to list their scholarships, or the other ones that had just come in and weren't able to get on. But if you do the math and really understand how the Lord has blessed us, it's amazing. The miracle of being able to help our students out, to help you out. Following the math on all these different scholarships, the number is staggering. You know, the sticker price of colleges are also amazing. But if you talk to the admissions counselors, and they'll tell you very clearly, that's just the sticker price. There's a FAFSA, there are other scholarships, especially like our synod schools, where if you go here to Great Plains, you get a $2,000 scholarship just for graduating Great Plains. The money's out there, and there's millions of dollars that are unused scholarships every year. It's just a matter of going to go look for them. I'd like to thank God and have you join with me on that for all of these students who have listed this scholarship money and awards, but also the other ones that aren't listed, and thank God for that. Because it shows, again, just what the Lord's mercy does really bring about. And if you do the math again, and I've kind of dropped the hint here and get whether you whistle a little bit, the money is staggering. Adding this all up, it's $220,000, $220,600, just of the monies that are on the back of this sheet. There are others to come, I'm sure. But to think about that, how God's blessed our seniors this year. Juniors, if you're listening, don't think it can't happen. The encouragement that I've heard from admission counselors, and you'll hear from your new campus pastor next year, and others as well from personal finance and other classes, is keep your grade point average up. Do well on your ACT and apply, and apply, and apply, and apply some more for scholarships. Although the sticker price may say $45,000 or $33,000 or whatever it might be, the colleges want you there, and they want you to be in their chairs and in their dorms. So work with them, talk with them, find out as time goes along what else is available. This past, I guess yesterday, it seemed like a year ago, but yesterday we had 3 former graduates on the stage talking to our seniors, reminding them that as you continue on in college, there are more opportunities, even easier opportunities, to get more scholarships. This is just scratching the surface. So seniors and going into college, keep on finding more. Juniors, keep on applying for more. And as we do that, we'll thank God for allowing us to have these free monies to use and to be able to pay for our continuing education, which is so important. So thank God with me for these seniors who have this amount of scholarship, $220,600 waiting for them, but also for those who aren't on here. But we thank the Lord and give these seniors a round of applause and a thank you in our heart to the Lord for blessing them in such a way. Mr. Hugley, back to you.
I get the opportunity to introduce Mr. Bauer to talk about some academic awards, but before he does, the principal never oftentimes gets the recognition that he does. He often tells the faculty how he loves working with us and stuff like that, but Mr. Bauer works so hard for this school. I don't know if everybody appreciates the amount of work that he puts in. Can we appreciate him for a moment? Mr. Bauer, thank you. Please come on up and share your academic awards.
So as you've heard so far this evening, our students at GPL have the opportunity to grow and use their God-given talents in so many different ways. And the cool thing about GPL is in all those ways, it's in a Christ-centered way. And the same is true with academics. As our students have the opportunity to grow in their intellect, we do it focused on Christ each and every day. So I have the opportunity this evening to present, I guess at this time it's going to be 3 academic-focused awards, and just an opportunity to highlight how our students are using their God-given intellect to His glory and working very hard at doing that. I'm not going to take them in the order that they're in the program. I'm actually going to go backwards. So starting with that long list of names on the 3rd page, the Presidential Academic Excellence Awards. These are given to students who, through the first 3 quarters of the school year, achieved at least a 3.5 grade point average. So basically, they've been on the honor roll all year. We have 3 levels of honor roll, a 4.0, highest honors level, a high honors level, at least 3.75, and then at 3.5, the honors level. So you see the list is long. I'm going to read their first names, and I think these students deserve their names to be read tonight, and we'll ask them to stand when I read their names, and then we'll clap for them all at the end. Here we go. Hessel, Natalie, Halle, Hannah, Aiden, Joseph, Alexis, Linnea, Bryn, Thaddeus, Catherine, Madeline, David, Chloe, Olivia, Sophie, Nora, Grayson, Myra, Mirta, Emma, Daria, Kale, Sebastian, Austin, Ellie, Yob, Donna, Stella, Jackson, Olivia, Seth, Lucas, Cassie, Matthew, Ashley, Karen, column 2, Sammy, Taylor, Esta, Isaiah, Haley, Grace, Gavin, Joseph, Mariah, Robbie, Alex, Olivia, Lydia, Grace, Emma, Vince, Brooke, Ruby, Trent, Claire, Megan, Caitlin, Kyrie, Anna, Brody, Paige, Mally, John, Bree, Thomas, Elijah, Naomi, Miriam, Ethan, Madeline, and Parker. Let's hear it for them. Thank you, students, for your hard work this year. Next, we'll go to the bottom of the second page. Making it through a school year with perfect attendance is incredibly difficult because there's so many things that come up along the way. And there's so many reasons, not even all that hard, to miss a class or miss a day of school. But this young lady, through all of the school year, never missed a single day, a single class period. Her attendance was perfect the whole way through. Let's hear it for Daisy Holloway. Thank you, Daisy, for being so committed. And then lastly, we'll go to the middle of the second page, the Board of Regents Scholar Diploma. This is actually the first year that this diploma is available to be given at GPL. Quick little bit of background. A few years ago, South Dakota reorganized its graduation requirements, and it came up with, they're called endorsements. They're opportunities for students to take a particular course load that can earn them an advanced endorsement, basically college prep track. An advanced career endorsement, a specific focus in a career cluster, they're called. And then the advanced honors endorsement, which is the most rigorous, which is students who willingly choose to take a course load that is especially challenging. They can't get below a C in any class. And ultimately, the South Dakota Board of Regents, so the organization that governs the whole university system in our state, gives them this special award, the Board of Regents Scholars. So I'm going to ask these students to come forward. I'll read their names. Y'all can join me up here on the stage, and then I have a special certificate or a special diploma for you. So come on up. Samantha Bendix, Jackson Coles, Elijah Grams, Bryn Holman, Jenna Lindman, Ellie Charlemagne, and David Sell. Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it again for our Board of Regents Scholars. Thank you.
All right, I get the opportunity to talk about the Culminating Athletic Awards. Our Culminating Athletic Awards will start with 2 awards that come from the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Administration. That's the last time I'll say that. It's the SDI-AAA. Both of these awards will recognize student athletes for their involvement in athletics and the success in the classroom. At the beginning of every year, I encourage students to be involved in activities, and that sentiment is reflected by these 2 awards. The first award is called the Scholar Athlete Award. This award is given to students who compete in multiple SDHSAA-sanctioned seasons and maintain a GPA of 3.0 or higher. The SDI AAA applauds athletes who are highly involved while also maintaining a high level of success in the classroom. Since GPL is a member of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, it is my privilege to represent the NIAAA and award the Scholar Athlete Award to the following students. You all have certificates in the appropriate rooms. Here we go. We'll start with some St. Martin's students that met this criteria. Jarrett Bauer, Kate Holman, Lucas Johnson, Catherine Prawl, Addison Watkins, freshman Taylor Bendix, Isaiah Berg, Esther Cameron, Kaylee Carlson, Dominic Clark, Landon Zerwan, Emma Dornbush, Paige Engels, Seth Grams, Micah Holeen, Cassie Konzenbach, Hayden Carley, Thad Kratz, Grayson Leans, Myra Lentz, Cohen Mull, Emma Newman, Madeline Prawl, Caitlin Raywerts, Austin Rubendahl, Brody Charlemagne, Lydia Schleusner, Brooklyn Wolf, sophomores Stella Abrahamson, Jacob Bartels, Halle Bauer, Hannah Berg, Lexi Decker, Thomas Erickson, Alex Heil, Olivia Holman, Sawyer Johnson, Grace Powers, Ashley Richter, Chloe Wolf, Miles York, my hand hurt after a lot of these signatures, juniors, Brianna Cordell, Joseph Dahlberg, Roland DeVries, Kim Goins, Daisy Holloway, Levi Holloway, Emma Konzenbach, Nora Kratz, Claire Marcus, Katie Newman, RJ Perry, Cale Reiner, Kyrie Roberts, Parker Watkins, Olivia Zanto, and seniors John Abrahamson, Sammy Bendix, Jackson Coles, Gavin Dornbush, Joe Erickson, Robbie Goins, Sam Hansen, Bryn Holman, Lucas Yeager, Ethan Jensted, Vince Knutson, Ruby Leans, Trent Lean, Jenna Lindman, Gianna Proya, David Sell, and Mel York. The second award is called the 3-Season Athlete Award. It is awarded to students that played in 3 different SDHSAA sanctioned seasons this school year. The SDHSAA acknowledges that dedication to a team in all 3 seasons takes commitment and endurance. Since GPL is a member of the South Dakota High School Activities Association, it is my privilege to represent the NIAAA and award the 3-Season Athlete Award to these students. Again, certificates yonder. Start with St. Martin's again. Jarrett Bauer and Lucas Johnson. Freshman Taylor Bendix, Isaiah Berg, Landon Zerwan, Seth Grams, Micah Holeen, Hayden Carley, Thad Kratz, Madeline Prawl, Caitlin Raywerts, Austin Rubendahl, Brody Charlemagne, Lydia Schleusner, sophomores Halle Bauer, Thomas Erickson, Alex Heil, Grace Powers, and Chloe Wolf, juniors Brianna Cordell, Kim Goins, Daisy Holloway, Levi Holloway, Nora Kratz, Katie Newman, and seniors Gavin Dornbush, Sam Hansen, Trent Lean, and Mally York. Congratulations. Next, we have our Outstanding Career Athlete Award. The school year theme for this school year was Build on the Rock. Our students were reminded about the importance of Christ as our solid foundation of our faith. Our students had the opportunity to put this into practice in their performances, games, and practices. This afternoon, we will be awarding our Career Athlete Award to students who displayed outstanding performances throughout their career in multiple sports, all while doing things the Panther way, as we say around here. Let's start with the ladies. GPL has been blessed with a senior class of female student athletes that had a major impact on our programs for many years. When I reflect on this class of female athletes, I thank God for a good number of outstanding athletes who played their hearts out for their teams. It has been so much fun to watch them grow up together and to achieve both individual and team success throughout their high school career. They rewrote the record books, surpassed incredible statistical milestones, and they were tremendous leaders for our teams. Through hard work and dedication, their teams saw more and more success along the way as well. Sorting through this group of athletes was not easy. Here are a few comments about why the recipient is worthy of this award. It was so much fun to watch her grow, not only as an athlete, but also as a person in her years of playing for the Panthers. Her leadership and mentoring of younger teammates, as well as her Panther pride, were tremendous. I think it's safe to say she had her best volleyball and basketball seasons as a senior and made a very important contribution to her team's success. Another said, her energy on the court was contagious. She made everyone around her better through her attitude and care towards her teammates. And a third, her infectious attitude had such a positive impact on the teams, especially her senior year. Her skill development in improved scoring for both volleyball and basketball really stood out this year, and it was vital to the team's success. Other comments said this: with her strong Christian character, positive attitude, and leadership, she was an invaluable asset to all of the teams on which she played. Her commitment to working hard in her sports all year resulted in tremendous growth as an athlete and led her to being a vital part of her team's success. If she had a good night on the court, the team almost always had a successful night as well. And finally, she was just a force to be reckoned with on the court. She took her leadership role seriously, but her bubbly personality shone forth as well. She used her God-given talent to her very best. She seemed to be more happy for other teammates' success than her own. This was a very close vote. The two finalists for this award were Mally and Bryn. Can you stand up, girls? Couldn't have sat by each other and make this easier? The two of you have been teammates for a long time. As you listen to these coaches' comments, you probably think it might be the winner. And knowing both of you, I know that you'd both be happy if the other one won and it wasn't you. The reality is that while we try to get down to one winner, some years that's just not possible. You both have resumes worthy of this award, and you both played to such a high standard that it is my honor to announce co-winners of the Career Athlete Award, Bryn Holman and Mally York. Now for the Male Career Athlete Award. On the guys' side, we also had several student athletes from this senior class who were vital to their team's success this year. Whether it was pushing a defender 10 or more yards backwards on a touchdown run, running the ball down the field with multiple defenders dragging behind you, getting buckets at an alarming rate, or leading our teams through our short spring season, you guys have been tremendous leaders as well. This award goes to an athlete who's been a leader for several years now in all of his sports. Here are some coaches' comments on why he is a worthy recipient of this award. He had a work ethic that allowed himself to be the best athlete he could be. He went from being a lineman to being a record-setting quarterback in the GPL football record books. From early on in his career, it was obvious that he had the talent. What stands out the most is that he added more to his bag of skills every year. He spent so much time working on his game outside of the spotlight that he was ready to shine in the big moments, even when the opponent tried everything they could to stop him. He tasted success on the golf course at a very early age as a member of the state championship team. His work in the weight room, on the court, and the course have allowed him to have a tremendous amount of success these last 4 years. Congratulations on a truly outstanding career. Our male career athlete is Sam Hansen. It is now my privilege to invite Pastor Mertz to the stage for his awards.
Good evening, everybody. Good to be here with you all tonight. One of the things that I get to do is talk about GPL, and oftentimes when I go out and talk about GPL, whether that's at a congregation or in whatever setting, sometimes the conversation or the discussion goes to this, and that is that I see one of the goals here. Certainly, we want our students to know Jesus. We want them to know Him as their Savior. We want them to know, without a doubt, that they're going to reside with Him one day in heaven. But when it comes to this life and the things that are going on in this world and in this life, one of the things that we strive for is to have students that leave GPL with a servant's heart. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't come in with a servant's heart, but it's our goal that would be something that would grow, something that would be enhanced, that's something that would thrive in them and in each one of our students. That we have a goal here that when we look at our graduates, we see young Christians who have a servant's heart. And I think that's why the Onesimus Award is so important. You might also think of it as the Culminating Panther Award, because everything that's been said about Panther Award winners and the concept of the Panther Award really also applies to this in a career setting. You might remember Onesimus as being the name of the useful servant spoken of in St. Paul's letter to Philemon. This award is presented to a senior who, like Onesimus, best models the character of a willing servant and strives to be a useful Christian brother or sister while attending Great Plains Lutheran High School. This award recipient is selected by the Great Plains Lutheran faculty and staff. As I present the award, as has been the custom and is done in a couple of other awards, I'd like to share with you some of the descriptions and comments that were shared as a part of the decision-making process. This individual actively looks for ways to be helpful and asks if he, that narrows it down a little bit, if he can help with various things. For example, volunteering to help at GSI when opportunities are given, randomly asking to help in the dorm, taking his own initiative in that regard, volunteering to take old desks to the landfill, jumping on opportunities to help at summer camps, not accepting payment when being offered paid for serving in various different ways. A couple other comments. With his strong Christian character, positive attitude, and servant leadership, he has been a tremendous example for the young men who look up to him at GPL. Another, Onesimus recognizes attitude possibly as much as action. He always had a willing attitude to help and looked for ways to be helpful. He helped move some furniture at our house with his brother a couple years ago. He asked at the end if there were anything else he could do, and he meant it. This, to me, is the spirit of the Onesimus Award. He once was observed giving money without asking for repayment to a random freshman who was short a little at the vending machine. Just, again, little examples of how this plays out in an individual's life. He would see something that needed to be done and would do it. He never left a locker room dirty if he could help it. He set an example for the younger students at GPL, and I hope, this person writes, that they took notice and carry on the servant attitude that he has. Again, it's one of our goals here at GPL to have students, while they're here and graduate, with that servant's heart. And I think that servant's heart is exemplified, and so it's my honor to present the Onesimus Award to Trent Lean.
All right, as we've heard all evening, we've got students at GPL that are just using their God-given talents in so many different ways. And you see on the page there, I'm going to present the Valedictorian Awards, and their names are already revealed, so it's not a secret. Bryn and David, come on up, and I'll say a few things about you when you get up here. Let's hear it for Bryn and David. So I'm going to give you your valedictorian medals. They're still in the box, and you'll have the opportunity to take them out and wear them with your graduation attire tomorrow. So here they are. You know, some of these last awards, there's been comments shared about them. This was kind of funny, I think. I put it out to the faculty. Do we have anything to say about these two as students? And somebody came back with, the award kind of speaks for itself. There's not a lot to say. In some respects, that's true. But in others, there's one thing I want to say that I think describes both of these students. They're very blessed. You know, academically, you hear their names with fine arts awards, you hear their names with sports awards. They're just blessed across the spectrum. When it comes to academics, very intelligent people, but they don't just show up and the A's just fall out of the sky. They work. They use their God-given talents, and then they achieve at a very high level. So for 4 years, these two have worked at a very high level. The worst grade they ever got for a semester was an A-, which takes their GPA just a squeak below 4.0. It's like 3.998 or something like that. They both achieved that same grade point average, and so we have a tie for valedictorian. Tomorrow we look forward, during their graduation ceremony, of both of these two fine young individuals speaking on behalf of their class as the class speakers. So look forward to that during the graduation ceremony. But again, Bryn and David, for 4 years of working very hard to the glory of God. Let's hear it for them.
As you can see from the blue sheets, that wraps up the awards that we're going to give out. Just a few quick comments and reminders, and then we'll let you get on your ways because I know that we have a concert to get ready for you at this evening. It takes an entire army to run all the different things that our small school tries to run, and we do it at such a high level. And so one time from the athletic director to everyone who had any role from working games, concessions workers, booster club, all the different things that we need to do to make our events happen. I have officials all the time comment about the professionalism of all of our events. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody. Just a reminder for anyone that came up here to receive an award, we would like you all to take one big group picture. We'll try to do that, again, outside of the theater here right after this. And also a reminder, students, if your last name's A to L, your stuff is in Mr. Schleusner's room, 122. If your last name's M through Z, you're in Mrs. Yeager's room, 125. The last thing from me, to everybody here, to everybody tuning in, thank you for being here today. Thank you for partnering with us in this wonderful opportunity that we have here at Great Plains Lutheran. It's just a tremendous ministry, and it wouldn't be possible without you. Every single one of these students, every single one of you families, you contribute to our essence and what we are as GPL. Pastor Mertz reminded the student body of that earlier this week. And it's such a special privilege. And for all the seniors, we wish them nothing but God's blessings as they move on from here. Parents, thank you for entrusting your children to our care. It's a responsibility that we take very seriously. And most importantly, thank you to our Lord for just a tremendous school year that we get to wrap up this evening. Thank you all for attending this evening. We'll see you at 7 o'clock right back here for the concert.